Hello everyone. Welcome again to another Narc Survivor live video. In this one, something that I haven't talked about for a while, which is narcissistic ghosting. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is when the narcissist just cuts off all communication without reason, without explanation. You don't even know why they're doing it. You don't even know why they're gone. And not only that, but this can often happen at the height of the relationship. And this is what can often make it seem so confusing, because it's like, what are they doing? Where have they gone? They made you believe that they were interested in you, in developing this relationship. But then all of a sudden, they're out of there, nowhere to be found. And I understand, it can be very confusing. It leaves you wondering what happened. What did I do wrong? What did I say? Maybe I could have been better for them. Maybe I should have done more. That's so it can leave you thinking a lot of times. And then also, you've got that dissonance because you look back and you remember everything that you did for them. And you wonder how that could not be enough. Of course, you may remember the false character as well. And they seem so happy with you. So of course, it can be very confusing, leaving you wondering what's really going on. And I can tell you, yes, there's a lot more to it than it seems. And yeah, I am going to be giving you 7 reasons why narcissists ghost you. What's really going on? What are they not revealing to you? What are their true intentions? Their true motive? Their true objective? What are they really trying to do? What are they really trying to achieve? That's what we're going to be getting into in this one. So yeah, give it a thumbs up and let's explore this together. The first reason, it's that they're already done. So they targeted you out of envy, a desire to have what you have, to possess what you possess, to become you, to take your qualities, to learn things from you, to extract attention, validation, this narcissistic supply, money, resources, connections, maybe a place to stay for the time being. This is why they got involved with you. And maybe they've already extracted these things from you. So what is the need for them to stick around once they've already gotten this out of you? They've already taken what they wanted. They've extracted all of the supply that they needed. And especially, they may have other people waiting in the wings who are ready to validate it. So they don't need to stick around anymore. And that is often why you will see the narcissist ghost you. It's because, yeah, they already got it. They already extracted it out of you. And of course, that doesn't mean that they won't be back. It just means that they've extracted what they wanted for now. Because let's not forget, these narcissists, they can never be satisfied. They're never going to be truly happy, truly fulfilled. with anything that you give, anything that you do for them, it's never going to be enough. They're always going to want more. And yeah, you know, that's just it with narcissists. They are insatiable. The more that you give, the more that they will want, crave, desire. It's never going to satisfy them. If anything, the more that you pour in to that big gaping hole, the more that it widens, the more that its capacity increases. So they become even more hungry and not less. The second reason why narcissists ghost you, it's because they're trying to regain a sense of control. Now, this is a common thing that you will see with narcissists. By being in communication with you, they realize that they have lost control. They no longer have you the way that they did before. They recognize that, and it makes them feel insecure, not good enough, because they're not able to control you like a puppet. So of course, you know, it's kind of a no-brainer for them. If they're not in control while they're in communication with you, then why don't they just pull away and see what happens? See if it gets them that control back. Because they're not having that control while they're still around, while they're still with you. And not only that, but you may have confronted them. They may have felt exposed, vulnerable around you. Because of course, you know, after a certain amount of time, you've seen the things that they do. And of course, you know, deep down they know that the things they're doing is nothing to be proud of. It's nothing that really makes them look good. Manipulating you, abusing you. And, you know, they don't want to stick around so that you can keep confronting them on it. These things that they are doing, and maybe they were doing it behind your back at first, and then you noticed it and you called them out in it. So of course, you know, if they stick around, they're exposed, they're vulnerable, and then you can just continue confronting them, exposing them, and giving them that reflection of themselves to themselves, which is very uncomfortable for them, because the only reason why they targeted you is to disconnect, disassociate. Is to run away from themselves. And you're seeing them as they are, and you're reflecting who they are back to them. And that's very uncomfortable. These types of people, narcissists, criminals, they don't want anything to do with anyone who knows them. Because that's what they're trying to run away from. And this is why, you know, once you start to catch on to them, many of them, even if they were overt before, they will become covert. They will hide, they will ghost you. They will disappear. They will keep you at arm's length. Because when they're doing these things, they are disconnected from themselves. They're very high in their emotions. Fantasy, it's almost like they're under some kind of brainwashing, under a spell. And if you're still grounded in reality and you confronted them on it, it brings up shame. It makes them feel not good about themselves. So this is why, you know, many of them will ghost you, because it gives them back that control. And then they don't have to be confronted. They don't have to be exposed. Where you can call them out on things. You get to look down on them. Or some of the things they do, because it's so ridiculous. You might even mock them, laugh at them. And of course, they don't want that. So this is why, they have this mentality. It's like the less that you see, the less that you know, the less that they reveal, the better it's going to be for them. Because of course, narcissists are very wicked people. They do a lot of bad things. So they do not want to be vulnerable or exposed to you. They don't want you to see what's going on. This is why they hide. Because trust me, if there was something pretty to look at, they would want you to see everything. But they don't. Because it's really not anything to brag or boast about. And that's why they remove themselves from you. Because otherwise, you would continue seeing things and being aware of things that they don't want you to see or be aware of. And so this is why they disappear. This is why they ghost you. The third reason why narcissists ghost you is because they want to punish you. And what better way to punish you than by ghosting you? Leaving you in silence, confusion, like I said at the beginning of the video. Leaving you wondering what happened, what went wrong. Why weren't you good enough for them to stay? And they know that you're going to be thinking that way. That's why they ghost you. And that's just it, however you feel after they ghost you, that's how they wanted you to feel. They wanted you to feel confused. They wanted you to wonder what's wrong with you. And again, that gives them that control back over you. The fourth reason why the narcissist has ghosted you, it's because they're distracted with something. Something else has caught their attention. And this could be a new source of supply. It could be a fresh new person who doesn't know them, hasn't figured them out. And also they haven't learned this new person. So of course, that newness, that buzz, that rush, it is very exciting for them. So they're going to pursue it. They're going to chase after it. And with you, you're all to them now. They've already figured you out and you've already figured them out. So now it's become boring. It's become stale. And like I've said before, you cannot compete with a new source of supply. Nothing can compete with that rush, that excitement, adrenaline. Nothing can compete with that. With someone new, someone who doesn't know who they are, and someone who they haven't learned yet. It just takes someone such a high that really it doesn't matter how great you are, how great your supply is. It could be the best that they've ever found. And yet, it will still be incomparable to a new source. And there is nothing that will ever be able to compete with a new source. And this is why they continue on. They go from one source to the next, chasing that high. Until, of course, it runs out. It's only ever temporary, because at some point, of course, they're going to learn the new source, and the new source is going to figure them out. And then that rush is no longer as powerful. But yeah, it's not always that they're distracted by a new source, although a lot of times it is. They could be distracted by some other form of escapism. And it could be anything, it could be a new movie that's just come out, a new series on Netflix, or it could be some new connection, some form of supply that they're wanting to acquire. It doesn't always have to be the person. It could be something to do with their image, something that they believe is going to make them look good. So there's all sorts of things. And also, let's not forget, like, their standard addictions other than people. There's alcohol, drugs, gambling, shopping, all of these things. So there's so many different things that they could be distracted by. The fifth reason why narcissists ghost you is because they want you to chase them. They pull away because they want you to go after them. They want you to overextend yourself, to give more of yourself over to them, to invest more of yourself. And this is the funny thing, because many of you may be looking at the ghosting as though they're bored, they've lost interest. They don't want anything with you anymore. But that's the funny thing, because it's actually often the opposite. Because think about it, if someone was really done, they would just tell you they're done. They would just let you know, okay, there were these problems. I'm just not interested in you anymore. I want to move on. That's what someone's going to say who's really done. But narcissists, no, they don't do that. Instead, they just disappear. They leave you questioning, wondering what's really going on. And it's because they want you to chase. They leave a puzzle for you to solve. They want you to figure things out, to try and understand what's really going on. They want you to invest more of yourself, more of your time, energy. So that's really what this is. They want you to chase them. So it's not that they want less of you, they want more. Please give this video a thumbs up if it has been helpful for you so far. And now let's get into the sixth reason why narcissists ghost you. They ghost you because it gives them an opportunity to rewrite the narrative. While they're with you, they know that you've seen some things from them. You've dealt with a lot of things, a lot of problems, a lot of trouble. And your perception, your memory, these things are giving you the ability to create your own narrative, your own idea, perspective of things. This is why, many of them, they try to gaslight you, often before they ghost you. They're trying to get you to doubt your memory, perception, sanity, so that you seek validation from them, and then you see things their way. You validate their narrative. But if you're not going along with it, then many of them will pull away, because they want to continue in that fantasy, in that delusion, believing that they're a good person, believing that they're something they're not. This is why many of them will pull away from you at that point, because they don't want anything real. They want the fantasy. They want to live a lie. They want to do things and not be held accountable for it. So yeah, that's number 6. Some narcissists will disappear because they want to rewrite the narrative. And now we're going to get into the final one. The 7th reason why narcissists ghost you. It's because they never saw you as real. They never looked at you as a real person. They never had any real connection with you. There was never a complete attachment. It may have felt real for you, and yeah, in some ways it was real for you. Because of course, your feelings were real. You felt real things for what you believed to be real. So in many ways, your experience was real. It's just that they weren't real. And they didn't see you as anything real either. They don't. Narcissists view themselves as objects, and they view other people as objects as well. So it was all just transaction based. It was all just about what they could extract from you. That's all that it was. It was never anything deeper. They made it seem like it was because they knew that's what you wanted. They knew that's what they had to provide to you to get you to attach to them so that they could continue extracting from you. But they never really saw you as real. They don't see anything as real. Nothing is real to them. Nothing is real to people who view everything as transactions. How could anything ever be real to them? And this is why, you're disposable. You're expendable because it was never real anyway. If it was real to them, if it actually felt real, if they really believed that they had something of significance, something durable, sustainable, then maybe they would have held on to it. And this is it, this is the thing that many of you may not have understood. But this is it, it's not that they're throwing away something real, something sustainable, long-lasting, durable for them. It's not that that's how they're thinking of it in their minds. No. They're seeing it as though it's not real anyway. As though they're not losing anything significant. Anything that's going to last. Because think about it like this, right? The way that they came in with you, they manipulated you, they wore a mask. They weren't ever being themselves. And they know, why would you want to stay in something that started out as a game anyway? Something that had no foundation, no structure. It wasn't built in anything real, even though you were being real. And yeah, to some degree, they may be aware of that because they used it to manipulate you. But they weren't. They weren't being real with you. And that's really how it's so easy for them to pull away. Because the entire time they were just playing a role. They were putting on an act. So why would it be so difficult for them to pull away from that? And this is it. They had to play an act because otherwise they knew that you wouldn't have accepted them if they were just being themselves. And they assume that there's no way that you would accept them if you knew who they really were. And this is really why so many of them ghost you. It's because they know that you wouldn't accept them. That's why they pull away. And that's why you're the one who stays. You're the one who's holding on. You're the one who's giving more, investing more as much as you can. It's like when they say jump, you just say how high. And it's because you have some confidence, you have some belief in yourself. And you have some belief in them and what they're displaying to you. But they invest very little. They don't really believe that anything is going to last, is going to be sustained. And it's because they're in it. They target sources who they believe are going to be able to provide to them. So it's not that there's an issue with you. It's just that they know they're not going to be able to sustain it with you. And, this is why they disappear. Because in order for them to even gain access to you, they had to wear a mask. They had to play a role. If you knew what you were dealing with from the very beginning, you wouldn't have entertained it. You wouldn't have given them a chance. But yeah, these are the 7 reasons why narcissists ghost you. Let me know if you have any other reasons to add. Or if you have any questions, drop it down below in the live chat. But yeah, as you can see, I'm back in the room today. And as you can probably hear, with all of the noise outside, it's a very noisy place. But hopefully, in the next week now, I will be in Davao, another part of the Philippines. It's hopefully a bit more peaceful over there. It won't be so noisy. I'm seeing something again. I see people are conversing about maybe Reese says there's no foundation, just an empty vessel. Christopher Jones is talking about she had the dead, soulless eyes. There is actually some truth to that. For those of you who have done the research on it, you will know that yes, you can see the deadness in a narcissist's eyes. But also keep in mind, this can happen to victims as well. And I felt like I've seen that in myself. Being around narcissists for too long, and it just sucked the life out of me. But you will know which is which. You can know because a victim can talk about it for a start. You can have a conversation with them about these things, and you'll notice it in their reaction. Like if you're talking about having dead soulless eyes or something like that, and especially like with a narcissist, and you catch them, you catch that reaction, and they feel exposed. What will they do immediately? They will get mad, or they will blame you, they will project, they will disappear, ghost you. With a victim, they may be open to talking about these kinds of things, or talking about, their appearances, which can sometimes be similar to a narcissist in many ways. We can share these, like the visual cues that you could also see in a narcissist, and the narcissistic fleas. So we can share a lot of these things. But the victim may be open to discussing these things rather than just projecting it. Or another thing is that they may be more closed off, more distant, but they're not projecting. And they may just have this unprocessed, unresolved shame, which you're never going to see in the narcissist. They're never going to be burying that inside themselves. They won't be able to. They won't have the capacity to do that. So these are the key things to look for. When you do believe that you've seen someone with the dead, soulless eyes, Belinda says, yes, you can see that. I raise my boys about the guys. Victims may have dead eyes, but it's torment, not evil. Yeah, this is it, the thing is, a victim can behave in very similar ways to a narcissist. Of course they can, from being around them. But this is it, were they like that before? And what's caused them to react in that way? It's kind of like if someone is constantly provoking, constantly attacking you. At some point, you're going to react, of course. No matter how strong you are, no matter how nice you are. And that's normal for everyone. But, what they do is they try and project it onto you. They try and blame you. And, they're the ones who are provoking you. They are the cause of it. So that's how you know who's who. But they do train you, they condition you to focus only on your reaction and not what provoked it. And this is how you know, that it's a victim. You know, the way that they just focus on their reaction. And they seem to have almost like a short-term memory when it comes to everything that was done to them. And they just feel overwhelming shame, blaming themselves for really behaviors and reactions that are pretty normal, considering what's been done to them. But yeah, I think that's good for this one. 7 reasons why narcissists ghost you. Give it a thumbs up so that we can get this video out there and educate other viewers as well who may be wondering why the narcissist has ghosted them. And if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live again. Drop a comment down below in the comment section. We have a wonderful community on here. Let's start a discussion together. And if you would like personalized one-on-one support, you can book a one-on-one with me. Just go to narcsurvivor.co.uk. I do appreciate your donations, no matter how small. You can donate by going to paypal.me/narcsurvivor. You'll see the links in the live chat down below. And also you can follow me on my Instagram. It is Narc Survivor YouTube. And we do have the new Facebook group as well. It is Narc Survivor on there. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you all for joining me. And as always, I look forward to speaking with you in another Narc Survivor live video very soon.